Now, this is kind of interesting to me that, in case you don't know, well, you can tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video, Lyft is bringing back shared rides, but will require everyone to wear masks. That's not that weird in terms of wearing masks, because for Lyft and Uber, that's what they've been doing for the past, was it year and a half or whenever the pandemic started. However, it's very interesting, especially, we've probably all heard about this by now with the Delta variant being so contagious. Even now in LA, they just announced we have to start wearing masks again indoors. So it could be that for a lot of places, things might start rolling back, which I know is so horrible to say. I was hoping we'd be in the clear, but here we are. But anyway, it's very interesting to me that Lyft is bringing back these shared rides. Lyft said that it's bringing back its shared rides booking option in select US markets for the first time since the pandemic. After initially being battered by the pandemic, rideshare companies are starting to report an increase in customers. Bringing back shared rides, a cheaper option, could attract customers, especially as costs have shot up due to the misbalance of driver supply and rider demand. I've talked about this before in a lot of other videos, how, the amount of drivers that went from the pandemic to now is like this. But the amount of people that went from not taking Lyft and Uber to now taking Lyft and Uber is like this. So it's crazy. And as we all know now, there's a massive shortage. Again, done a bunch of videos about this when it comes to Lyft and Uber drivers. The big thing about this, though, what Lyft is doing, which to me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very blunt and very honest in all my videos, is to me it seems a bit hypocritical. It seems hypocritical to me that Lyft is saying, we wanna make rides safer. Part of the reintroduction, Lyft is introducing new rules meant to curb the spread of COVID-19 in its rides, including limiting the number of seats and requiring mask wearing. But the weird thing is, here are the new rules. You have to wear masks. Each shared ride will be limited to 2 drivers total to help maximize physical distance. So it almost seems like that you can only take a shared ride if it's just you by yourself and just someone else by themselves. Okay, that makes some sense. And the front and middle seats must be kept empty. Eating and drinking are not allowed in the ride. If anyone in the car is not following the above guidelines, riders and drivers have the ability to cancel the ride and report any issues. To me, it's just kind of confusing, and I'm trying to word this right, but to me, it's just a bit hypocritical that Lyft is saying, like I said, from this article, that they want to stop the spread of COVID-19, but if anything, isn't having random strangers in a car doing ride sharing, or not even just ride sharing, I guess maybe that's a bad word, but doing, the shared rides, isn't that increasing the potential spread of COVID-19, right? Like, if let's say it's me and one of my roommates, we take a Lyft, that's one thing, right? We go out, we're let's say going to a park, I don't know. But if a random person, gets in a car with a driver, which is already another random person, and then I have a passenger with me who's also another random person, isn't that going to increase the spread of COVID-19? And that to me is like the interesting thing, because I've seen some drivers talk about this, like, should we be worried about the Delta variant? I'm not a doctor, I do not pretend to be one, but if you read a lot of the reports, COVID-19, which is so unfortunate to say, is now way back up on the rise. The Delta variant, it's like 2 or 3 times more contagious. One report by a doctor who said that when it comes to the Delta variant, I'm trying to remember how we word this, but he said something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, the Delta variant is like normal COVID-19, but on steroids. So this variant is significantly more dangerous and more contagious. And so it's like, but if it's that dangerous, if it's that contagious, if things are going back up on the rise, and if Lyft wants to be more cautious and be more careful when it comes to COVID-19, why are they introducing back shared rides?